Greetings, beloved, and thank you for joining me for this tarot card reading and twin flame energy update to prepare you for the July 2019 shifts. Oh my gosh, we have so much coming up this month. So we moved into Cancer on June 21st, which will prevail for about a month. Cancer is considered one of the most enigmatic signs of the zodiac, largely attributed to the ruling planet being that of the moon. But with the wonderful Cancer energy, we can level up our intuition as opposed to masculine logic. Notice that this might be a spiritual time for you, which can bring up also some anxiety due to heightened sensitivities. So as I will shuffle these cards, I'll give you a little brief overview with the 6 key astrology events that you need to know about upcoming this month, July 2019. July brings a few big activations starting at the beginning of this month. July 2nd being where the new moon passes in front of the sun, creating a total eclipse of the sun. So I know I've done a separate astrology report about this, which you can check out in the Twin Flame Astrology playlist that we have here on YouTube. But in general, this is a time of abundance to be spent healing with your soul family. First, prepare for your 5th chakra to be activated around July 8th, where we have a conjunction of Mars and Mercury. This brings out courageous, action-taking sides within ourselves from Mars and blends that with our independent thoughts and voice. This is the divine feminine throat chakra healing. So don't be surprised if around July 8th you notice all of a sudden you're speaking up, or even one of your shy sister friends starts speaking her truth. This is going to be huge for the divine feminine. Okay, second, on July 8th, we have the Capricornid meteor shower. So expect to see some shooting stars, which are good omens for romance. Speaking of romance, I have Lady Nada, which this is a Orasoma essence, and I brought this to my wedding, speaking of romance. So I'm just going to anoint the cards, and if you'd like, I will anoint you. Okay, the first key is to prepare for your 5th chakra to be activated around July 8th, where we have a conjunction of Mars and Mercury. This brings out our courageous, action-taking side, Mars, and blends it with our independent thoughts and voice. So expect a divine feminine throat chakra clearing and healing, and don't be surprised if you notice even some of your most shy sisters who've had a hard time speaking their truth, and that can actually be you. Let's do a quick clearing on the deck, asking the tarot cards to be cleared and activated for this July 2019 reading. Okay, the second key is on July 8th. We have a Capricornid meteor shower, so you can expect to see some shooting stars, which are great omens for romance, and that symbolizes the twin flame energy moving. It also peaks again on July 15th, the Capricorn meteor shower, so get your picnic blanket, a glass of wine, or maybe some raw chocolate, and bring someone special to snuggle with, and watch out for falling stars, as this is the most romantic date of the month, July 15th. Speaking of romance, I'm going to anoint the cards with Lady Nada. This is a Orasoma quintessence, and I brought this to our wedding, and it's a very rare thing that I do, so I don't use this too often. It's really special to me. If you'd like to be anointed, I would love to anoint you as well as these cards. All right. Oh my gosh, this smells amazing. Okay, so the third thing is on July 13th, there appears to be a union activation for the twin flames, where during the conjunction of the moon and Jupiter, it symbolizes the cross, the merging of yin and yang polarity. This is before Christian times, the cross. Jupiter represents the dimension of balance, and the cross represents a sacred merging of ideas, united crossroads that combines and harmonizes the paths of the flames. This could be a great day, July 13th, to get married or do a self-love ceremony or start a new business with your twin flame, something that blends yin and yang. Then on July 16th, the 4th key is that we have a full moon, partial lunar eclipse coming up. It combines the energy from July 2nd the total solar eclipse that we're about to get into together, and it creates a portal that stays open until the solar eclipse at the very end of the year, December 26th. So these two eclipses are huge, bringing in wonderful opportunities. Okay, two more things. The fifth thing is that I wanted to mention upcoming this month is that July 21st, it brings out a higher self activation of the brain when Mercury passes between the sun and the earth, quite close to the sun. Mercury transmits spiritual wisdom from the soul to the brain. So around the 21st of July, we can expect an illumination of the brain, which triggers higher consciousness to prevail, as well as emancipation from past programs of the mind that we have been controlled with and coming through via Illuminati groups, reptilian brain-based thoughts, and shadow illusions. Many breakthroughs, many good things will be happening for twin flames this month, so take advantage. Okay, the last thing, 6. At the end of this month, on July 31st, we have a new moon which passes close to the sun and even gets lost in the sun's glare for a few days. This is a time we usually receive sudden divine downloads, the second new moon of the month, and gain insight on our life path, our soul purpose. And so hopefully you'll gain clarity on your twin flame path as well. These days provide a wonderful opportunity to create with your feminine creative energy, like painting, writing, expressive dance, any art form that gets your divine feminine juices flowing. So on the 31st of the month, that second new moon, be in your feminine flow. Okay. So I have the card deck here. I'm pulling a card for the feminine with my Venus wand, which I manifested on Mount Shasta about 2 weeks before I met my beloved. Let's put her here. And then I have this childhood crystal that I found years later in my rock collection. That's been a really beautiful masculine energy for me. And then let's call in for the flames. This nice green calcite. Whew, this is going to be a hot reading. Speaking of artwork, I'm going to put this up. I just started getting into art again, and I have been in this beautiful art studio in Perth, Australia, creating some art. So I'm going to put the art right in the middle of the altar here to hold our cards. My goodness, seems like we get the Justice card quite a bit on this channel. And let's just go ahead and put our crystals that correspond, and I will tap into the energy. So we have this spread, feminine, masculine, and we have our union card here. So in the feminine, what we have going on is we have this dialogue of this masculine conversation happening in the church. So the church actually goes back before the times of Christ. If we study ancient Egyptian religion, we find out that the foundations of Christianity were actually borrowed from previous religions, dating back to Egypt and actually previously to Atlantis. And what we're looking at here is there's this conversation going on. What I'm seeing is, how do we reframe the past? Hey, we've been living in the patriarchy. We've been living in a world that's been constructed and engineered by this false masculine energy. It's been controlling the feminine energy. How do we reclaim this feminine, flowy, fertile energy and create this alignment in our feminine? We're holding on to this old program that's been dogma and shaming of the feminine, shaming of sacred sexuality, shaming of the emotional waters. So it's almost like there's a meeting happening within our own masculine at this time of how do we kind of expel this past darkness and the trauma that women have been going through, that the feminine has been going through. And it's not just women. Men have been traumatized as well. Things like circumcision and, separating young boys from their mothers and telling them that they need to be ashamed of having a feminine side. They have to be men versus mice. So we're really coming back to a conversation of how do we reclaim the feminine when the feminine has gone through so much, when the feminine has had this false patriarchy control her for so long. So I'm going to stop there, go to the card of the masculine. And we have this masculine energy, the Four of Cups. And there is this masculine energy that's a little bit lost in looking at something that's right in front of his face, but he's lost wondering, where is my bride? Where is what I want? So whether you're male or female watching this, I know most of my followers are women, there's a part of your masculine and part of your mirrored, whether you date men or women, there's a part of yourself and also possibly a partner out there that's not seeing you fully, not seeing himself fully, because we are not seeing ourselves fully in our masculine. So the question here is, how can I be grateful for what I do have in my life? And focusing from the cup being, half empty, he's not seeing that there's this abundance. There's 4 cups in front of him, and there's this like abundant offering from this like cloud hand. It's like, here's your angels offering you to sip from the holy chalice, and he's like, but I only have 3. I don't even see it. So there's something right in front of your face this month that it will serve you to look deeper, to claim it, and to realize that everything you have is an immense blessing. Gratitude, focusing on the small pleasures, focusing on the positive, really dialing into the positive energy. The more you can do that, the more we will feed our feminine energy here, this reconstruction project that's been happening, healing out the trauma from the womb space, healing the shame out from the feminine, healing out the beliefs that she's not good enough, not powerful enough. And I do believe that we will start to see more history unfold, secrets, things that have been stored underneath literally the Vatican that have been, kept, answers kept from us, so that the history of the earth is distorted, particularly around the feminine. Mary Magdalene, other avatars of the divine feminine, have been literally locked up in the libraries underground. So I do see part of the problem being the masculine needs to step into gratitude for what the good things are that we have in our lives. Okay, so we have the Justice card. We've had this card so much in our last couple of readings. It's pretty funny. And what I'm seeing is the sovereign sword connecting to our left side here, the feminine. Really, this feminine energy is being asked to cut through any lies, any pressure coming through from the past. So if a woman is being told lies still from the patriarchy, I have clients that are working through being told, this is my twin flame, but he's not being honest, or he's not being loving. He's not giving her his all, and she's giving her heart on a platter. So part of it is saying, I'm going to set a boundary with you, masculine. I'm going to say no until you do this for me. So there's we're being asked as the feminine to recall our energy and to kind of recoil our resources into ourselves, into putting the time into healing our wombs, connecting with our feminine spirits, doing art, doing things that bring us pleasure, listening to music. I've been doing these little watercolor things. I by no means am like an artiste, but I'm an artist. I love to play with color. It's so much fun. It's so healing. I put on music, rock out. So these are things that you can do to awaken your feminine energy, because you're going to need to fill yourself up, fill up your cup when the patriarchal masculine doesn't show up for you. There's going to be a time where you're going to need to fill your void of loneliness, emptiness, because he will abandon you until you're so full that he comes back like the bee to the flower. Fill yourself up with that nectar, that honey. And the masculine, we have this balance symbol, the Libra scale. And some of you may be attracting in some Libra, maybe a partner who's a Libra, or business partner or something. But there's this, I'm also getting a librarian energy, where there's going to be some fact, some truth, some information that comes into your life that reveals information that you've been waiting for. Something that's been under the surface in your life for a while, some truth will bubble up for you. And it will be unavoidable truth, and it will help you get together on your path. So stay in gratitude. Keep moving forward with your feminine creativity, and really speak from your womb, from your fertile wisdom. Set a boundary with what is not working for you, what is not a standard for your queenliness. Call in divine truth, unveil secrets, even if it's uncomfortable to know the truth, to find out that you've been abused, or to find out someone's been stealing from you, or to find out even just you've been lying to yourself about something. Find the truth and you will succeed and have justice. Fill your cup up and repair the wounds of the past. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been my pleasure. I hope you have an incredible month this month. Don't forget to sign up for your Twin Flame Signs checklist. We have a list of the 22 signs of Twin Flame Reunion. It's a complimentary PDF if you don't have it already. You can grab it. It's in the description box below, and we'll be releasing a couple more videos each week, 1 or 2 per week. So don't miss one of those. Subscribe. If you have any comments, I look forward to hearing back from you, and have a fantastic July 2019. Namaste. Namasko. Bye, Buddha.